Hello, howdy, and welcome. I'm Kathryn, and I'm the Aerogarden Homesteader. Today, I had a whole bunch of pickles given to me, so I'm going to try this. I have always wanted to try these kits. I tried making dill pickles on my own, and I wasn't a fan of the flavor, so I'm going to try one of the kits this time and see how it turns out. Hopefully that will have a better flavor. So according to the package, I need 3 1/3 cups of white distilled vinegar. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to get my brine going first so that it can start warming up while I'm cutting everything up. I've already washed my cucumbers. I have jars going. And now I need 7 1/3 cups of water. That's 4. That makes 7 1/3. Now it says so I will be cutting the blossom end and stem ends off. So I can either leave the cucumbers whole, cut into spears, or slice. So this is pretty multi-purpose. It also has directions on doing quarts or pints. So I'll probably be mixing it up a little. I'll probably put I'd like to do spears and chips. So I will put the spears in the quart jars, and I'll put chips in pint jars. So I've got 2 canners going on the stove. This is water bath canning. Get this heating up. Okay, so I picked through and I found the bigger ones that I thought would make good spears, and I saved aside some of the littler ones to do for chips. I'm just going to take a little bit off each end. So the blossom end, which is different from this is the stem end. Sometimes there's a bit more stem attached, but it's the stem end, this is the blossom end. The blossom end has enzymes in it that will cause a softening of the pickle, so we definitely need to get that cut off. And there's a trick where if you have bitter pickles, you can scrub it with the cut, and it's supposed to get rid of any bitterness. These ones actually look pretty good. So all the foam is what will be the bitterness. These pickles look pretty good, so I try to cut these as evenly as possible. So I have about 10 pounds of cucumbers, maybe slightly more here, that were given to me. And so instead of all the other things I had planned for today, this is taking priority. That is the fun part about harvest season. When it arrives, it arrives. Boy, that brine smells so good. I hope these taste good. Trying to deal with the biggest ones first because I could always use the slightly smaller ones to make chips. Not quite sure how many of these I'm going to need to fill up. I'd like to do 5 or 6 quart jars and then have a bunch of pint jars. So let's see how many jars we can stuff. There we go. these over the water just to keep them warm. There we go. I got one left, so I'm going to save that aside in case I have too many for chips. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how to cut all these up. There we go. Put those in my clean bucket. I'm going for whatever thickness that is. As much fun as it is watching me cut up cucumbers, I will bring you back when I start topping off the jars with the brine. Okay, I'm going to be loading up the pint jars with all of the chips. Okay, I can get the rest of these to fit in here. We're going to have a little bit of mix and match going on. Ooh, it's going to be tight. Alright, I don't think it's going to happen. Just a couple left. Four pieces. Can I make it work? You know what's a good life skill? Tetris. Constantly Tetrising things into the fridge, into jars, into cabinets. Okay, there we go. A little tight. Okay, so I got a few more pickles. I'm going to cut those up, get those in my last quart jar, and start filling. So because the processing times for the quarts and the pints are different, and I will follow package directions, I have my quarts in my big canner, and my pints are actually in my pressure canner. That is just going to be filled with water, and I'm just going to treat it as a water bath canner. I have an alternate lid I can put on it. It doesn't come with the canner. It's just a lid from another pot that happens to fit. So I just put that on because I feel like it makes a better, it's just a better fitting lid for water bath canning. That way I don't have to lock on the pressure lid. Oh, this is going to be really tight. Okay, everything's full. Time to fill. Okay, let's see. Pints are 10 minutes, quarts are 15 minutes. So I have my hot brine here. It is dissolved. Got my funnel. And get a rag. Okay, it's for wiping the rims. Lids, which I did not warm up this time, so I guess we will just see how it goes. You see I got 3 of these. I need 4 of those, and then I need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at that, 7. Perfect. Okay, I got 7 rings. Let's drop those somewhere. Yes, it is best to have everything prepared before you start, but you know what? Sometimes that doesn't always happen. I will need my debubbling tool, which I obviously left in the cabinet. I'm going to fill all these up, then debubble. Let's see how much brine I have left. So it does say if I don't have enough brine, I can mix up a 2-to-1, 2 parts water, 1 part vinegar to top off. So I want everything to have flavor in it. Okay, so I had to mix up more brine. So it's just following package directions, which said to do a 2-to-1. So I put 1 cup vinegar, 2 cups water. Going through and giving these a quick debubble. And I will top it off to the correct headspace. Read the instructions. 1/2-inch headspace. And because I'm using Tupperware lids, my headspace will need to be slightly more, but that's okay. I think I am there. Okay, so I ended up with 5 pints and 6 quarts. So that's 6 quarts of spears and 5 pints of chips. And remember, you hold onto the gasket, you flip it over and put it on. This is the easiest way I've found. There's no futzing around. I guess it helps if we wipe everything first. Don't forget. Finger in the middle, hold it until it spins. This is just a regular lid. Got a little goop on it. Put that on. Sometimes the gasket will stick out a little. That's okay. Make sure it's centered as best you can. And weird. Apparently needs to have a regular flat. I have not encountered that before. Actually, I might have. I've had some jars lose their lids during the canning process. That could have been why. Okay, so that will need more water. Get these all. Probably not going to be able to see this, but I'm going to just do this straight in the canner. So I've got canner is just full. So I'm just going to cap them, put them on. Like I said, the processing times were 10 minutes for pints, 15 minutes for quarts. And then at that point I will just take them out and cool. They need 5 minutes in the canner after the boiling, but I will just take them out, tighten up the tattlers, and let them rest room temperature. And I will bring you back then to give you the lowdown on what happened. So these are the lovely dill pickles after they have been processed and labeled and cleaned up and ready to get put into storage. Spoiler alert, they all sealed, which is awesome. They look lovely and tasty. I'm ready to put one in the fridge so I can give it a try. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like and share so others can also find this video. And if you haven't subscribed already, why not? If you liked this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be informed of when I post the next videos. And I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.